I'm gonna give you this after I'm finished, okay? Okay. Afternoon, everyone. I hope and pray you did not eat too much food because it slows you down, makes you feel a little sluggish. Did you know that we were counseled not to eat too much food on the Sabbath? Amen? Come again? Say that again. Uh-huh. Yeah. All right. We have something special at this moment. My dear sister, she's going to come up in a moment. We have been talking for a few years now. She's been relating to me some things that the Lord has been revealing unto her, and I find them quite amazing, even before those things comes to pass. And so I thought, for a while, I was in the U.S., of course, and she was here. I thought this was something, at least she could share some of it with the rest of the world, because especially as we've been looking at this project 2025, which is something that we just started to hear about. It started last year, about just over a year, to be precise, last year, and she will share with us a little bit about that, and I believe, as Joel tells us, that in the last days, and you can read that also in the book of Acts chapter 2, your sons and daughters shall dream dreams, shall see visions. So at this time, I would like to invite my dear sister here to come and share her testimony with us. Just flip that on. Like that.
Happy Sabbath, everyone. You hear me clear? Loud? Okay. Hi, my name is Rila Conwell, and not too many people know me here. Caller, my sister. Huh? Louder? Yes. I have a cold, so my voice is not the best, but I'll try. Okay. Yes, as Pastor Emmanuel just said, I've been following Pastor Emmanuel for the past 10 years, and Pastor Henriquez for the past 10 years also. Actually, the Lord has given me these two ministries at the same time. Before I even knew them, like I saw them in dreams. So the Lord led me to these ministries. And so I'm not going to go all the way back. I'm just going to share two dreams that is very significant. So the first one is the 14th of July, 2022. I had this dream, like it was in a place. I can't tell like where it was, but there was a lot of people, and it was like a place of worship. A lot of people was there, and myself, my sister, and my mom was there also too. Like my mom was like in a wheelchair, like in the dream, and she was sitting, and my sister and I, we was there sitting. Then this command was given to exalt Sunday, like to exalt Sunday. And we were sitting, we didn't participate. And then, like in the dream, remember, it's a dream, okay? In that dream, like a Catholic priest came to me and he said, stand. And I stand to exalt Sunday as the Sabbath. And I said, no, the Sabbath was yesterday, Saturday, meaning Saturday. No, I'm not standing. And then, like, he left. Then again, he comes back in the dream and he said to me, it is 2025. There is no more Reformation. The Reformation is over. There is one church, the Holy Roman Catholic Church. That was in 2022. The year it is 2025. So I said, I'm not standing. My sister and my mom and myself, and there was a few other people, we remained seated. So he was very angry, like very angry, but we remained seated. That's part of the dream. I didn't make anything of the dream. I told my sister the dream, and I just leave it like that. But on the 6th of August, 2022, Pastor Henriquez, let me see all those who follow Pastor Henriquez here. Pastor Henriquez did a sermon, and he talked about he actually showed a video, and he talked about they're planning to remove October 31st from the video. I mean, from the calendar. He talks about the calendar and planning to remove October 31st, like in that video. And then he says, if October 31st is removed, it's October 31st is not about Halloween, it's about the Reformation. So that means there is no more Reformation. He said that. And I called my sister the Sabbath before the sermon even finished, and I said, Mom, that's part of the dream. And that was it. That was in August. Then I messaged Gerard from Safe to Serve, and I shared the dream with him. And that was it also too. Like he said to me, we're living in very solemn time, and God is waking up his people. Like he messaged me back and told me that. But in the August message, the year 2025 was not mentioned. Then on the 3rd of December, he had a Sabbath message, and the year 2025 was in that message. That was the 3rd of December 2022. Then he showed about the planning of the Pope to have the Jubilee and other things, like for the year 2025. He talks about it. Then on the 6th of December was a midday power surge. 2025 was part of that message also. He talks about the real ID was supposed to come to the US in 2023, but they put it off to 2025. He talked about that. Then on December 13th, 2022, the midday power surge again, he mentioned about 2025 in that message. So then I start now thinking, saying this dream have, some significance with that year, 2025. Then Pastor Emmanuel had a few message about 2025 also. So in 2023, I start doing my own research and looking into things about, plan ahead for 2025. And I found this, I print this out from the computer. I don't know if anyone ever heard about Alice A. Bailey. Right. So over here, 2025 is mentioned over 30 times for things that they have planned for 2025. So part of it, she says, in 2025 would be a different era. We're entering into a different era. They are expecting the great material to come. That's how it pronounced. Which is false Christ. They are expecting to come. So that's just a printout. Then God didn't leave it like that. Then I had to talk to Pastor Emmanuel, shared a dream with him. Pastor Emmanuel was in Portugal. No, let me go back just a little bit. So yeah, after I got all the dream about 2025, then I heard a voice say to me, Claire, I heard the voice said, repeat, it is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. I didn't get the book. I didn't get the chapter. I didn't get the verse. I just got the words. Then I woke up and I sat on my bed. And then I say to myself, I said, where is this text taken from? Is it Psalms? Is it Isaiah? And I was and I said, I know I read it before, but I couldn't remember where it was taken from. I had to do a search. When I did the search, I found Psalms 119 verse 126. That was part of the last quote that he put up on the screen today. That text was there. He repeats that. Listen carefully now. So that was the words that given to me. No book, no chapter, no verse. I searched. I messaged Pastor Emmanuel, and I say to him, whenever I message him and I tell him a dream, he always, then I tell him I have a dream that I want to share with him. And he said, okay. He messaged me back. No, I tell him to call me. I don't want to message, whatever. Call me when he have a time. Then he called me, I think it was December 14th. December 14th, 20, was it 2022, Pastor Emmanuel? No, December 4, yeah. 23? Yeah, was it? Yeah, last year. Yeah. He called me and yeah, he called me the Wednesday morning. I was going to work. And then he was in Portugal at that time. And I said to him, I'm getting ready for work and I have to like share the dream with you. I don't have like time right now. So then he said to me, okay, so when can we talk then? No, he says, okay, so we'll talk later then. I said, okay. Then I said, on Friday, so you could call me on Friday. You could call me Friday. No, then he told me to call him Friday. So the Friday morning, which Portugal is like 5 hours ahead. So the Friday morning, I get up early. I did my devotion and everything. Then I called him. It was 10 o'clock here. I called him, didn't answer. Then I said, okay. Then I called him at 2 o'clock. It was like 7 o'clock over there. He didn't answer. I said, okay, maybe I don't have to share the dream with him. That Friday, I wasn't feeling well. I wasn't feeling well. And December, the sun set early. So I was laying on my bed, and I saw he had a live message. And I said, okay, no, he had a message. He was not live, but he posted a message. And I said, I'm gonna listen to it, but I know I'm gonna fall asleep. So I'm gonna listen to it. I put the message on and I did fall asleep. I fall asleep. Then I woke up. I don't know how I wake up, but I wake up just in time to hear Pastor Emmanuel said, "It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law." I didn't hear the book. I didn't hear the chapter. I didn't get the verse. I only woke up in time to hear you repeat the words. But he used Psalms 119, verse 126 to 129 in that sermon. But like I woke up just in time to hear that. And then the Saturday, which was that was December, the Friday was December 16th. The Saturday was December 17th. He called me around after 2, 3 o'clock our time. He called me. I was eating, I was having a salad. So I didn't want to talk whilst I'm eating. So when I said, okay, in 5 minutes, I'll call him back. I called him back within 5 minutes. Didn't get him. Then I listened to his evening sermon. He talked about the Reformation. So then I said to myself, listen, the first dream, the text, in the dream about 2025, the text was given to me, and the priest said, no more Reformation. So the evening, I said, after I listened to him and he mentioned about the Reformation and all those things, and I said, okay, I did not have to talk to Pastor Emmanuel. I had to listen to Friday message to get the text from Friday message. I had to listen to Sabbath message to get the word, the Reformation from the message. The Sunday morning, which was the 18th, he called me. So when he called, I said, we are playing phone tag, and then I said to him, I said, Pastor Emmanuel, I didn't have to talk to you before. God had to allow me to hear Friday message and Saturday message. I didn't tell him the dream yet, but I said to him, there is something in your Friday message that you said that was in the dream and your Sabbath message that was in the dream. So God had to give me that confirmation to listen to that two messages. So then I shared the dream with him about the whole 2025. And he said to me, he said, my sister, the Lord has shown you something. And then he started telling me that, Adventists should hear this and to do an interview with me and, on the phone and on all those things. And then I say to him, whatever the Lord say, like when, and my sister, I always, because the dream was flexing me a lot. When I got the dream of the year 2025, only two things I could have remember about that year. I never heard anything about 2025 before. I don't know if anyone here know Elder Moses Mason from Apocalypse Ministry. He died 2017. So I could have remember I was listening to him years ago, and he was this message. I tried to find the message. I don't remember the title of the message, but he was talking about the the church, the foundation of the church, the pillars of the church, and all those things, the history of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. He was going deep into the history. And he says, by 2025, the fifth generation of Adventists will be on the scene. Then he break down, Christ in the third and fourth generation and all those things. Then he said the fifth generation would know nothing about the pillars of our faith. The sanctuary message would be gone. The health reform, the dress reform, the prophets, all those things. That's what he said. He said the pastors would not know anything about that by the fifth generation. And he said, God never worked in the fifth generation. As he said, the third and fourth generation he would visit. That I could have remembered about the year 2025. Then Mr. Walter White from Clash of Mind, he has the What's of Prof. Episode 24, 2025 was mentioned when a survey was done in 2017, survey of the world, saying by 2025, how many millions of people would die. Pastor Emmanuel did it also. Like he showed up, America would lose, I think, 227 million people by 2025, Canada 10 million, Germany, and all those countries. So that's the only two things I could remember about the year 2025. And after me and Pastor Emmanuel talk, and then he say to me to share, and I tell my sister, I write my dreams down, but she's like my dream. I always tell her, that's my sister over here. And she always say to me, I always say, Mom, my sister about to call her mom. I would say, Mom, I don't know, do I have to share this dream? And she always say to me, when the time is right for the Lord to have you share this dream, He would do it. So when Pastor Emmanuel called me and asked me, said he want to come over to Toronto to find a venue for him and stuff. Since last year, we've been trying to find a venue to come. We tried certain places we didn't get. So I remember I was here last year, we saved to serve. So then I get the information and everything, and I sent for him. Then he told me to call. We was trying to book for July, the second week in July, Pastor Emmanuel, or the third? Never mind. We was trying to book like in July, but then the whole of I think it was the second week, but the whole of July was booked up, So then Say Emmanuel called, he gets to book for August. So then I said to my sister, I said, he's gonna want me to share the dream. She says, whatever the Lord say is the Lord time. So on Sunday, I was talking to him. Last Sunday, I was in the park, I was talking, and he said to me, I'm going to put you down on the schedule. It was, sharing the dream and everything. So I'm going to put you down on the schedule. I said, I don't know, whatever the Lord say, And I keep saying to myself, like, I get up from 4 o'clock because I was just, talking to God and thinking. And I said, I don't know how many people are going to be there. I don't know if I'm, would able to speak because I've been struggling with a cold. And I was just, then, I just said, whatever the Lord say, whatever the Lord say. And here I am today sharing the dream. I think I cut it short, but the important thing is the year. I knew nothing about Project 2025. I didn't even know if the Sunday law is in that document until I start listening, and Pastor Henriquez, Pastor Emmanuel, and other present truth speakers have been, showing us, what is in that document. And I keep saying, Lord, you show me that year. I got that year in dream way before I knew anything. And it says Sunday becomes the Sabbath. No, that means there is no more Protestant church. There is one church, the Holy Roman Catholic Church. That's what the priest said to me. No more Reformation. So nobody's protesting. We all are Catholics again. If you remember, if anyone know, 2017, I think, Tony, he died now. He mentioned that, Tony Palmer, he mentioned that there is no more Reformation. Luther's protest is over. It's yours. We all are Catholics again. He said that. He said that in. So when I heard that, then to share the dream. Okay, I'm gonna cut this one short because Pastor Emmanuel would maybe lament more about 2025. So that was the dream. There was another dream in December 3rd, 2019. I dreamt that something happened in China and there was no food and people was going crazy. Back to back, I had this dream. People was just going crazy. There was no food. I had food in my house. My sisters did not have food. And I telling my sister something happened in China. in 2020. Let me don't leave that out. December 3rd, I had the dream something happened in China in 2020. So I was telling my family, I had food. I didn't have water. Like in the dream, I had food, children food, juice box, crackers, teen stuff. I could have seen my table with all those things. And I'm telling my family in the dream, how come you guys don't have any food? You guys have small children. How come you don't have any food? I don't have any small children. And I used two examples in the Bible. I said, God cannot multiply nothing. I said the little boy had 5 loaves and 2 fishes. Jesus could have multiplied that. So we have to have something for God to multiply. I said the widow had a little flour and a little oil. God could have multiplied that. So in the dream, I'm telling my family that you have to have something so that God could multiply it. But I had food, I didn't have water. In the dream, like I walked out and there was a tree, like a cedar tree, and like I knocked the tree and the water just started coming out from the tree, and I was just filling up bottles of water. Other people was coming to me with children because they heard that I had food. That was a dream. I think it was a Wednesday or a Thursday. Whilst I was going to work the morning, I was crossing on Keel and St. Clair to get the Keel bus. I was talking to her on the phone and I was telling her the dream. And I work at Sobeys. Those who know Sobeys. I was telling her the dream. And that was it. Wake him up. That was it. I didn't think anything. I told her the dream. I go to work, I work. The morning, finish work, I start work 9, I finish work 4. When I finish work, I shop. I bought a few things and I bought spinach, tomato, olives, blueberries, cranberry, Tropicana grape juice, avocado, and bread. I bought that. My receipt came up to $20.20.
Wow, amazing.
The same night, I dreamt something happened in China in 2020. That was December 3rd. We knew nothing about what is happening. My receipt, I have the receipt right here. I print a hard copy of it so I could keep it. It comes to $20.20. And I didn't share the dream with my family yet. I didn't know what to make of it, honestly. So what I did, I started buying stuff because I saw my house had food. So I started buying cases of juice box, buying like chickpeas, and I started, just buying all those things. And I called my family together at her house and I shared a dream. Then my smaller sister, she says, I think God gives you a specific message, direct message. Then I, 1, 2, 3, 4 house. Like I shop for 3 houses, she and my other sister and myself. My other sister in Scarborough, I gave her some money. I said, this is emergency food. Shop for emergency food because we didn't know nothing about COVID yet. We never even heard anything about COVID. I said, have this food there just in case. Because I saw there was no food and people was going crazy. And believe you me, I work at Sobeys. So I saw the craziness. I saw the empty shelves. I saw people getting angry. I saw people was losing their mind. I saw all these things. So when COVID came and 2020, I said, Lord, you show me way before. So when I got this dream, July 14th, 2022, about 2025, my eyes start opening. I said, 5 years ago, I got this dream. Then, for 2020, no, 2025 would be 5 years, for this dream. And then I start talking to Pastor Emmanuel, and Pastor Emmanuel started telling me the Lord is showing me things. And after we talk, then he start, bringing out messages and showing all these things. Not even Project 2025 wasn't even out yet. He was just showing movies, different things about 2025 and 2025. We don't know. God hold the time clock. Man could plan whatever they want to plan. God allow and God disallow. But he asks us to be vigilant, to be wise. So when we see the signs, we have to make certain preparation. We don't know what 2025 is going to bring, but we're seeing we are hearing and we are Seventh-day Adventists, our rights will be taken away to worship. We will be forced to worship on a day that God did not sanctify. And that was part of the dream. It was not all about Trump being president and whatever. It was Sunday becoming the Sabbath. The Reformation is over. No more protests. No more Protestant church. So that's the dream. I hope that we would stay on our knees a little longer and ask God to give us discernment to know what to do, because He knows what's ahead. We don't know. We don't know, but He's giving us just a little glimpse to wake us up, because as you notice around, our church is sleeping. Our church is fast asleep. God's people are not being prepared. A lot of people don't even understand the mark of the beast. They don't even know what it is, because that message is not being preached in the church anymore. It's all about concert and singing and sport and all these things. We're seeing what's happening in our churches. So when we hear these things, it's for us to wake up. And He said to, when we see these things also, to look up, know that our redemption draweth nigh. So remember the 2 years in the dream. 2020, we all know what happened in 2020. 2025, we don't know what is going to happen, but let us just prepare. Let us continue praying for each other, that God would protect us and shield us from what the devil has in store. Thank you.